There. All right, there we go. Woo! Yep, it is Transformation Tuesday. Are you ready? Are
Hmm.
you ready? I can't hear you.
I'm ready.
You're ready. Touch your heart and say, "I'm ready."
I'm ready.
Okay, I can see you're ready. Okay, now, all right, here we go. Well, welcome to Paradigm Shifters. It is July 27th, 2021, and you might be wondering what's on my hat today. You see what it is, Benjamin?
I hold on. I want to switch my views to see if I can speak.
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you see that?
Oh, it's a frog.
Yeah. You guys know what frogs mean?
What? Say that?
Do you know what the frogs mean? Frog means?
I understand it to mean the rain, the washing away of sadness and sorrows. And
Yeah, it was easier than that. Fully rely on God. FROG.
oh,
And we're going to be leaping into this. So, welcome to Paradigm Shifters, backing up. We are a community dedicated to shift and uplift the planet. Yes. And so we're leaping into this last week in February. No. In July, with our whole series on freedom. And we've come it from these different perspectives on freedom. And we are 1,119 members strong as of this morning. Okay, invite all your friends to let's get it even higher. And we're dedicated to shift and uplift the planet. And today we are privileged to have our friend Benjamin Blackett back on. If you remember, not too long ago, he was talking about this forgiveness piece. And then at the end, he was talking, Benjamin, you were talking about becoming a transcendence facilitator. And I said, time to have you on and talk to us about transcendence and just kind of what it is. I have this little thing about it. So let's take a deep breath in, and there's that word dance in transcend dance. And transcendence, it's this conscious dance modality helping people worldwide embody more vitality, love, and pure joy. And it's letting this whole movement set us free. How's that? So I'm going to turn this over to Benjamin to tell us more about why this is even important, but mostly show us some movements, possibly what we can do to get our bodies moving and transcend the energy. So come on in here, Benjamin. You just got back from Arizona, didn't you? You were in Sedona, I saw.
I was. I was delighted to be there with Jennifer Jimenez, who is the creator of the modality of transcendence, and who is the one who taught me and got me educated as a facilitator for transcendence. She has guided me and many others into being transcendence facilitators. And it's an honor and a privilege to be back with you. First, I need to say that because it is, and it's as much as it is also an honor and a privilege to be a transcendence facilitator. Um, so in answer to your question, like, why is it important? The thing is that we hold stuff in our bodies. We hold a lot of the places where we get blocked. We think it's all up here. We think it's only here. And we think that this is the only thing we got to fix. But the truth is, it is not the only thing that we got to fix. Because, of course, as soon as we start holding things up here, those things start spreading throughout our body, and I was thinking of it in terms of, as life coaches, as many of us are here on this particular platform, there's the we talk about longing and discontent, and the discontent turns into dis-ease, and dis-ease is the root of the word disease. So if it's getting blocked in here, it normally translates to disease, disease in our body. So it shows up other places. And the thing is that what transcendence, so there's several things about transcendence. First of all, that it's here to help improve our mobility and flexibility. So whatever our mobility and flexibility level is, it doesn't matter what it is, it participating with the modality helps your mobility and flexibility increase. And I will tell you that as a Transendance facilitator, I still refer to myself as not all that great a dancer. And truthfully, I mean, it's miraculous that I became a Transendance facilitator, because really it was almost a year ago now. I was in a workshop with Jennifer Jimenez, and I was like, as a life coach, I just wanted to add energizers to my workshops, just because I feel like felt like it would really help me be more engaged and my audience be more engaged. I was like, Jennifer, how do I do that? And she's like, I think you should become a Transendance facilitator with me. And I just said, okay. I didn't do a lot of thinking or Rubik's cubing or figuring it out. I was like, did it make logical sense? I was like, I did it. And I had no idea what I was in for a journey. And the thing is that the whole essence of transcendence is that it's, as there's a transcend, there's a transitional, there's transformation that happens as a result of it. And it helps us get to a place where we elevate our energy. It helps us get to a place where we can more easily accomplish our dreams. We can increase self-love. And we can reconnect with the joy of dance. And now, remember, I just said that I don't think of myself as that great a dancer. So in my process of going through Transcendancing throughout the past year, I've had many different awakenings along the journey. And my most recent last week in Sedona was that, there's a point in Transcendence. It's a 10-step dance process.
Oh.
It's a guided meditation, essentially. And we start with the first, if you want to hear what it is, we start with the first step of setting your intention. So you come to the dance, you say, what is my intention? What am I wanting to release? What am I wanting to bring in? And so you start with setting an intention. And then we move down to the floor or a chair or a bed if you can't get to the floor, if that's too difficult. Like, all levels are welcome for dancing, like all levels of movement, whatever those levels are. So if somebody's recovering, if they're injured, if they're bedridden even, and they can dance with their hands, like that's still dancing and moving. So from setting an intention to going down onto the floor, to getting connected with our breath, to getting connected with universal spirit energy, connected with the earth, and then coming into our bodies as though we were babies rediscovering our bodies for the first time. And part of the process of that, and this is still all in the second part of the dance, is that we get reconnected to what that was like, to know that these bodies are meant to be fully flexible and fully mobile and fully active. And there, a lot of dis-ease in our body is a forgetting of the fact, even sometimes perhaps, that body parts we have that haven't moved are even there, or forgetting the feeling of what they feel like. So it's really important to go through this process. So we go from stillness into moving around, like moving our necks, moving our head, then our arms, and then our legs, and then getting up off the floor. And Jennifer likes to describe the whole process of transcendence as the taking of the yoga practice and bringing it up off into the mat into fluid motion. So we move up off the floor, and then we do a dance of the body parts. And with the dance of the body parts, what we do is we let each of the body parts dance us, lead us in the dance, up off the floor, discovering your space, and then letting the body parts lead the dance, letting your body parts from your head down to the toes have a turn leading the dance. And what does that body part feel like doing? How does that body part feel like moving? So So there's that, and then we move from that dance into the dance of release, which is really literally just exactly what it sounds like. So whatever there is, we have brought in intentions to release whatever negative energy there is, whatever, it's a shake it down with, imagining a fire pit or a rain that's washing it away as we're moving and feeling the beat of the music. And then we move from that into a dance of surrender, which is similar in the essence that it's fully surrendering your body. It's complete release. You just feel the music and dance the music and let yourself flow with the beat and all that. And then we move from that into a more calming dance, which is a dance of, actually, no, before the calming dance, there's a dance of what's called synergy. And the synergy dance is a mirror dance, whereby everybody gets the opportunity to be witnessed. They get to witness and be witnessed. So in a mirror dance, we would take turns where one person in a pair would lead and the other would follow, and then they switch, and then the other would lead and the other would follow. The original would follow, which is really, and the awakening I was going to share that just happened this week for me is that in that particular piece of the dance, I realized this week, I've had it somewhere in my consciousness going on for a while now, but this week I realized the last day of this retreat that I was at, that, when I get to that space, when I'm in that space of being witnessed, and it's to me to be the leader in a dance, as the person who doesn't feel like I dance all that well, my body starts moving in ways that I don't even know how it's happening. I close my eyes and I'm like, just feel the music, react to what's being said. And it's as if I'm able to choreograph this whole thing that's entirely different from, and it's different every time I do this dance because it's different music, of course, and Jennifer plans it that way. It's different music for each time that we go through. Um, so there's even more release after the, we've gone through release and surrender, and then it's synergy, and then it's very powerful to be witnessed. It's very powerful to witness, to be, there's an exposure, there's a vulnerability, and it's so healing. Like that piece of the dance alone, to me, is just absolutely magical. We move from that into a dance of serve. And in the dance of serve, it's a dance of love. It's bringing love in and then sending love out to our family, to our friends, to the neighborhood, to the country, to the world, to the forest, to the oceans, and then bringing the love back in also to breathing. And then we come into a dance of heal as our seventh, eighth, ninth. Lost track of the numbers here. Heal would be the ninth step. And the dance of heal is usually a body wash. So either doing a body wash of yourself or in pairs, body washing each other, having the chance to smooth down the energy field, bringing back in the feeling of light coming from the universe, and then coming back down to the floor for the last step of transcendence, where we come into a dance of stillness. It's reconnecting with breath, reconnecting with source, and reconnecting with self as source of all that comes forth. So it's a powerful, powerful modality. So, and I feel like there's more to tell you. So as you go through these 10 steps, these are things that Jennifer likes to say happens for you. You can go from physical tension to physical freedom. You can move from stress and stiffness to fun and flexibility. You can move from emotional anxiety to emotional resiliency. You can move from mental confusion to mental acuity. You can move from physical weakness to physical fitness. You can move from self-doubt into self-confidence. You can move from procrastination into productivity. You can move from fear and delay to faith and action. And you can move, last but not least, from depression to happiness.
So,
And
would you mind standing up and maybe who's ever watching this, we could possibly follow you for a little portion? And I know we don't have any music in the background, but we can all imagine the music. Would that be possible? Can we all stand up and move with you?
well, I would be honored to do that. I will tell you that you were asking me to stand right on my green growing edge of discomfort because there's no music.
Oh, I know. I love it. It's funny. We For me at least, there's music in my head going all the time. But yeah, let's just try it. This whole life is an experiment anyway, right?
Well, that's true. It is.
Are
So,
you ready to be? I love it. Vulnerable. It's so
that
healing.
sounds
You
good.
ready? Can we just try it?
Yeah, I'll bring us through the dance of the body parts. I can do that.
Okay. Should we stand up?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Stand if you can, stand if it's easy, stand if it's okay for you to move around that way. Let me see if I can get my, sorry, my camera is on a short, oh, here we go. Can you still hear me?
Yes, very much so.
Because my microphone's way over there. And this is not my Transendance microphone. But for the dance of the body parts, of course, we start with our head. So you want to just let your head lead your body. And so for your head leading your body, you may want to rock it back and forth from side to side. Or maybe you would want to roll it all the way around. And actually, when we're doing the dance, Jennifer likes to talk about the fact that you want to let it lead you around the room. So it's not just the head, but because we're without music and because this is a beginning thing, just letting you know that maybe you could roll your head one way, and if you've been rolling one direction, come back and roll it the other way so that you have some time to stretch out your neck in both directions. Or maybe if you feel like it, and this is an option, but you don't have to, maybe your head just wants to hang and dangle low and swing from side to side, right? Or maybe even swing around in big circles, using your body in big circles, becoming aware of all the space that you have right around you. Or just a small, simple side to side is fine and easy. And then start feeling the motion come into your shoulders, letting your shoulders lead you around. And as you think about the fact that we've got body parts leading you in dance, if you're called to have your body parts drag you around the room or guide you around the room, feel free to let them. How does it feel to have your shoulders guide you, rolling your shoulders back? I like to roll my shoulders back often. And when I do that, my shoulders actually often pull me back farther into the room, sometimes rolling forward, pulling me forward into the room, pulling me forward. And then as you feel the energy of your shoulders beginning to move your arms, maybe feel what it feels like to have your elbows lead you around. The elbows, of course, often like to do cutting motions, big, sharp motions, right? Swinging out or cutting up, or cutting down, really sharp over there. Or maybe even opening up the inside of your elbow. And how would the inside of your elbow, how would it feel to have the inside of your elbow lead you around, right? How would that feel? How would it feel? And then as you have that experience, allowing your hands to start leading you around. How do your hands want to move? Maybe they want to do big circles. Or maybe they want to do infinity waves, going up and down and up and down. Or maybe they want to move separately, big spiraling areas. Maybe you would like to imagine your hands being paintbrushes that paint your vision of your life and onto the walls in the room around you, scooping down into a bucket of paint and just painting the vision that you've got for yourself all around you. Painting, painting, painting freely, painting flowingly, letting big swoops of color, big strokes, allowing exactly what you would love to come into your life, come in your vision before you with your hands, painting that out. And then as you've got your arms fully in motion, start feeling your arms connected to your spine. And as you feel your spine, start letting your torso lead you around the room. And again, as a way to let that lead you around the room, that's a possibility thing. But for me, I very frequently just do little isolations and I circle my entire torso from front, side, back, side, front, side, back, side, front, and then also again allowing the other direction. So there's even rotation in the body. And then this is a place where it's really good to have some music going for this because then the thing that's after your torso is your hips, and you want to start moving your hips. And of course, one of the things about our hips is that our hips are often referred to as the junk drawer. And so you may want to swing them from side to side. You want to open your hips up or swing them around in a circle or front to back, whatever it feels like good for you. But moving your hips around, because they are the junk drawer, they collect all our negative energy, and especially as we have been in this era of pandemic where we have all gotten very used to sitting a lot, being at our computer screens a lot. And so there's a good place for our hips to collect all the negative energy, all the stuff that we put on ourselves through our brains. So really opening them up is so good. It lets and releases a lot of toxins just opening the hips. So letting your hips lead you around. And in some places, there are some of the dancers I see who actually let their hips literally lead them around the room. I'm not quite that good yet myself, but I have fun doing it anyhow. And then moving from your hips down into your legs, letting your legs move. How do your legs feel like moving? Maybe you want to lift your legs high or kick them out from side to side, or just moving around your room, feeling your space, letting yourself discover the whole space of your room, not just the screen that you've got in front of you, but all directions. Discovering that there's a north in your room, that there's a south in your room, that there's an east in your room, and that there's a west in your room. Letting your legs move as you like. Let them lead you. And do they want to kick? Do they want to lift? Does your knees want to come up high? And then maybe going down into feeling your feet move. Feeling your feet move around the room. Feeling your feet on the floor. And how would it feel to move if your feet were dancing in the grass? How would it feel for your feet moving as if they were dancing in the grass? Or maybe imagine how would your feet feel if they were dancing in the mud, feeling the mud squishing through your toes? Or how would it feel dancing on the sand, kicking the sand around as you move? Or maybe how would it feel dancing in the water along the shore of the beach? And some splashing maybe. Does that make you move your feet differently? Does that make your feet move you differently around the room? And then from there, one would move into the dance of surrender. Now, I cannot do the dance of surrender without some music. I'm sorry, because That is a weakness for me, but that would be a little sampling of what Transendance does. And as we go through that piece, there's certainly discovery of how it feels to be a little more in your body. So it's just, I love that particular piece. So
I love that. I love that. And um, I, and even without the music, just being aware of each body part. I haven't thought of different body parts in years.
mhm.
So, yes. So, wow. Well, tell us how we can do more. And on the page, or we really want to do this with music with you. And are you having a workshop where we could come in and perhaps, really do the full experience with you?
I am, as a matter of fact, thank you for asking. I am for the next, actually up until the end of August, I am still running workshops for free because there's a couple of things. I thought I was going to be doing what you would call oh, what is the word I'm looking for? A hybrid class this coming Saturday, but I don't have the proper technology tools to make that happen. So it's only going to be online. But I've got this week, I have links for, I don't have them prepared to put on the page right now, but I will. I can do that later this afternoon.
Okay.
I do have the links made. They're just not. I can tell you if you go to Eventbrite and look up Transendance, you will find my two events that are coming up. One is Wednesday night, tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. So that is 7 o'clock, I believe, where you are, Judy, and
That's
it
right.
is 5 o'clock on the West Coast and 6 o'clock Mountain. So that's Wednesday night, and yeah, if you were look up Transendance on Eventbrite, Transendance with Benjamin Blackett, I would float right to the top. So there's that, and also Saturday morning at 9 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time, which would be 8 o'clock your time.
Well, well, great. So this has been really great, and the perfect. A perfect, I don't want to even say ending, but wrapping a bow around this month on freedom. Because this is like, I love how you said that the the energy gets stuck in different body parts.
Mhm.
And so many times up here, I'm like, okay, action, action, action. And it didn't translate until just now. It's like, oh, action means get up and start moving the body into it. So thank you so much for that. And so, what is it, Benjamin, now, like it is the end of July 2021? What can we hold for you in your next evolution? I love the fact that you came on before and talked about your forgiveness work, which is a movement. And now
Mhm.
you're talking about the transcend, you're moving, you are moving and grooving. So, what would you love to have us hold for you, Benjamin, for this next phase?
So there's a couple of things. First, with the Transcendence, that I am holding uh, a consistent 2 workshops a month that I've got in my calendar. Like I haven't decided which Wednesday and which Saturday, but it will be consistent Wednesday, Saturday every month that I'm doing that workshop online. And that I also have a consistent at least once a month where I'm doing a live in person Transcendence workshop. And along with that, I will just say one of the things that I was working on in Sedona is my retreat in the south of France. And so I would love it if you held that I have 24 clients within the next calendar year who are coming to France with me.
Oh, wow. It's so, and so it is. Here we go. All right.
Thank
I love it. I love it. We're tapping into the, thank you for coming on and letting us tap into your energy of movement, of transcendence, and mostly of that beautiful soul called Benjamin Blackett. So thank you for being here.
Thank you. It's such an honor and such a privilege. I am really delighted that you were welcoming to me, Judy. I love being with you. So
There we
thank you.
go. There we
Thank you
go.
for what you do